Hey, I'm Rick. Welcome to A Funnier You. In this video, we're following up on our series we're doing on humor, simplified and demystified. Previous videos, we looked at humor is a skill. You can practice it, you can get better at it. The fundamental skill you need to practice is surprise, because surprise is fundamental to getting laughs that you can create. Surprise comes with two sub-skills: listening, three. So my bad. Listening to really understand and identifying the assumptions and expectations that come with the statement, and then twisting or defeating the expectation. Twisting the meaning to be something else, therefore defeating the expectation, which creates a surprise, which gets the laugh. Second video, we looked at using the 5W 1H method to dive into how can you dig deep into the potential expectations, the potential assumptions that you can defeat. We looked at some examples in the last video of who, what, when, where, why, and how around wine, and also some other examples of how to do that. And in this video, we're finishing up with just some straightforward examples of defeating expectation, again, with who, what, when, where, why, and how, with some other statements. So let's look at this first statement is who. I love high heels, and I begged my wife to wear them. She finally agreed and said this weekend I could. So I twisted the who, tried to set up an expectation or assumption that I was talking about my wife, twisted it to be me rather than her, twisting on who. Here's one from Brian Kiley again on what. One thing I remember, we used to do something called family night, where we set aside one night a week for each of us to spend a night with a different family, right? So depending on where you're coming from in this world, what part of the country, family night is typically where families come together, spend time as a family unit. In this case, he twisted to what the meaning of family night was, and it was spending time with another family. Great joke. When you want your kids to be perfect and they're not. My wife told me today that my daughter's been shoplifting and now I have to deal with that. I'm going to wait until after my birthday. Let me read that again because I did a bad job. Sorry about that. You want your kids to be perfect and they're not. My wife told me today that my daughters have been shoplifting and now my daughter has been shoplifting and now I have to deal with that. I'm going to wait until after my birthday, right? So when is he going to deal? The implication there being is that he's going to get something nice for his birthday, and then he's going to stop the shoplifting. How about twisting on why? Again, Brian Kiley. Have I mentioned that I love Brian Kiley? It's great joke structure. I call my wife Pumpkin because she always gets smashed around the holidays. Great joke. And then, how about how? I found out today that my wife's parents are coming to visit. My wife hasn't mentioned anything. I can just tell by the way the animals in the neighborhood are behaving. All right, so there you have it. Humor, simplified and demystified. If you want to be naturally funny, this is as simple as it gets. This is the granular, this is the atomic skill. Surprise. Surprise is made up of two fundamental sub-skills: identifying the assumption and expectation, and twisting or defeating the expectation. We've covered ways that you can dig in and identify the assumption, identify the expectation, and then how you can work on twisting it to be something else. That is the building block of all humor, but if you want to learn to be funnier, this is the fundamental skill that you can use. You can take action today to be funnier. Coming up in the next video, I'm going to give you practical application on how you can start practicing. See you then.